Alright guys, and welcome back to another boss guide in Borderlands 4. In this particular video, we'll be looking at the Timekeeper. Now the Timekeeper has two different forms. You have the human form Timekeeper, and then you have the Primordial Guardian Timekeeper. In this particular video, we'll be looking at the human form. They both have separate loot pools. I will have another video on the Primordial Guardian Timekeeper at a later date, but I just thought I'd mention that. And for anyone that hasn't reached the end of the game yet, the Timekeeper is the final story boss of the game, so if you haven't got there yet, save this video and then come back to it once you are there. In terms of location, the Timekeeper is found within the Dominion, so if you head to this point on the map, you've got this Upper Dominion location here. If you hold T to view it, this is once you've got it unlocked. You'll get this part of the map. You want to fast travel to here, you want to make your way through, and then it's this point here that you want to get to. As the Timekeeper switches mid-battle, he doesn't actually have a loot drop phase for the human form. So the way we're going to farm this is actually different to how Borderlands 4 lays out most of the farming in this game. We will still be using the big on-call machine, because obviously you have to buy this to respawn the encounter. But we're solely focused on the human form. So once we kill the human form, instead of having to spend that time defeating the Primordial Guardian form, we'll just save and quit, and then we'll respawn back in so that we can just hit the next one. But yeah, once you're here, all you need to do is buy the on-call machine, and then we can go and run the fight real quick. So I'll be using one of his drops in order to do this fight, because I love this gun so much. I had it to drop for me as I was going through the game, and I just freaking love it. That was a good hit. I'm missing my shots. But yeah, there we go. We got a drop. So, like I said, the human form doesn't actually have a loot spilling phase, but he will drop a legendary. You kill him, if he drops a legendary, he'll have it drop immediately. You can either pick it up as soon as it drops and then save quit, or you can let it go through. The loot pool stays within the arena, because obviously the arena is in the same place for the Primordial Guardian form. So yeah, you can just pick it up there. But once you've done a run and you've done the human form, all you need to do is back out, quit the game, and then this is a bit like an OG farm. Once you've backed out and quit, all you need to do is press continue, and then as soon as you load in, you're good to restart. So you buy the big on-call machine, fill up on ammo if you need to, and then you can start again. But with that out of the way, the Timekeeper has 3 dedicated drops in his loot pool. What I mean by this is that any of the items that I'm about to cover can drop from any suitable loot source within the game, but they have an increased chance to drop from the human version of the Timekeeper. Starting off, we'll start from the left-hand side. So the first one is the Symmetry. This is an Order sniper rifle. The red text reads, "We all lined up to see the syzygy, but only the guy in front saw anything." And the special ability is bilateral. What this does is, as you can see, fires from reserve ammo when charging. So with it being an order gun, you've got the 5 charging spots just underneath your crosshairs. As you hold to charge, it'll actually shoot for each node that it hits. So if I just get a blank surface, you'll see that as I hold to charge, it shoots as you charge. And then you obviously get the shot at the end. So as you can see, as I charge, it will shoot damage, and then you'll deal a much bigger damage shot at the end. Like it says on the description of the card, the additional shots will fire from the reserves. So it doesn't use your magazine size to fire those bullets. So you can just charge it up without having to worry about these extra shots being taken from your magazine. Okay, so next up we have the Borstel Ballista. This is a Jacob sniper rifle. The red text reads, "Go now and speed well," and the special ability is called Propagation. There is no description of the special ability on this card, but if I pick it up and show you, what this does is when you shoot, it'll actually spawn pellets that swirl around the initial shot. So as you can see, it's almost like a shuriken, and then it spins. But obviously, the main bullet will continue to travel, and then as it travels, it will just spawn these additional pellets around it in sort of a swirling motion. Just some things to note, this does behave like a COV weapon, so the more you fire, the more it will get to the point of overheating, and then it will eventually break. This isn't mentioned on the card, but it's just a thing to note. And from what I can tell, this will always spawn with an underbarrel shotgun, so you can switch this with your switching button. This doesn't behave like the sniper rifle, it's just an underbarrel shotgun. So yeah, nice little addition. And last up, we have the Timekeeper's new shield. This is a Tidio shield, and the red text reads, "It's all coming together." The special ability is called Baininu. I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong. When equipped, this grants an increase to your maximum health. It gives you a health regeneration per second, and it reduces your damage taken. All of this is at the cost for a 0 shield capacity. So as you can see on the card, there isn't a number for your shield capacity. It gives you no shield. If I equip it, you'll see that it's increased my maximum health, but there is no shield. So a bit like the Rough Rider from Borderlands 2 and 3, 0 shield, but it gives you some health benefits. I also just want to mention that of all of the 6 that I had to drop, they always came with a corrosion resistance, and it also always came with the exact same increase. They all have the same figures. Plus 7,436 to maximum health, plus 372 to health regeneration, and reduces damage taken by 33%. It's exactly the same every time. Description on the card is pretty self-explanatory, so obviously I've got an increased maximum health now. If I take some damage, you can see that I have this passive health regen, and then obviously you get a decrease to damage taken as well. I believe that's everything, but if I did miss anything, make sure to put a comment down in the description below, and I'll make sure to pin it for anyone who stumbles across this video in the future. If you did find the video useful, make sure to hit the like button. But other than that, see you in the next video.